All right, people, AI is not just here to take over your opportunities, your jobs, whatever else you got going. No, it's here to take over an entire nation. Right? It's here for a bigger agenda than just take your job. No, it's here for a bigger agenda. Look, for example, they got the spirit of Ubuntu. This AI know exactly what it's doing. They got the spirit of Ubuntu. Why Ubuntu AI 2025? Why Ubuntu? Where is that coming from? They know exactly who they're supposed to be targeting. Targeting is in to protect, right? Let me give you a little bit of a history so you can understand where I'm getting this from, right? Now, you remember the Watchers, right? The Heavenly Father, creator of all things, he sent a group of angels called Watchers to take care of the earthly beings, the brown people molded from the earth, right? Take care of them, to watch them, to, if they dig gold, to show them what to refine, how to refine gold, how to make stuff, right? Technology, how to make stuff, right? Okay, now these watchers were given abilities to risk their lives, to do things, to take care of the brown skinned people, the earthly beings. Now, what the watchers, it's a long story, but bottom line is they're here living their lives. They don't care about taking care of nobody, earthly being. They're assigned people they're here for, right? They're living their lives, they're having fun here, but they still have in their nature to risk their lives, right? But they're using that to have their own personal fun here on earth, right? No, and then those who feel guilty, they're we're gonna protect Israel, and then they start protecting the wrong Israel. Because there's a whole lot of deception. It's a long story. Again, it's a very long story. I won't get into it. But they go to the wrong Israel. They say, we're going to protect Israel, because we know there's something we're supposed to be protecting. They are going for the wrong thing. Their assignment is not that, right? And they're going to have a bigger surprise ever. This is the Israel they think they're supposed to be protecting. They think they're supposed to be protecting right there. This right here. Now, look at this picture. I need this picture to stay in your memory right now. I'm going to show you something real quick. Look at this next one. Look at this picture right here. And you tell me that's not the same Israel vibe in here. That's the same one. Now, there's a big old difference between the left and the right. Look at this right here. The right is the real one. They're supposed to be protecting. They were sent as watchers here to come and protect, serve and protect. Instead, no, they're living their own lives. They're living their best life. And then instead, they come in, they talk about, no, we have the Jesus, the blood. We don't have to be honoring our assignment here. We have Jesus, the blood. There's now Jesus, Ism Sindis. That's the man who said, El Lama Sabatani, speaking that same Bantu language, Ubuntu language, right? Look at this. This is what he was saying on that 9th hour. El Lama Sabatani, that's Ubuntu language. You can Google what it means, right? Ubuntu language, right? The AI knows exactly what I'm talking about. Heavenly Father, the creator of all things. Mene tekelo, excuse me, upanzil. Before that man was dispossessed, right? Ubuntu, this is all Ubuntu right here. The AI is coming to replace you. Look at the Israel that you think you're supposed to be serving, right? This is the Israel. They try to replace the Ubuntu as well, but that quickly, it didn't go nowhere. But anyway, look at this. This AI is here for a bigger agenda. They're trying. It don't mean they're going to be successful. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there so you can understand what this AI is doing. Now, they already got the spirit of Ubuntu. Right. They have a humanity. They even put a British accent in there if you are talking to them. So they sound as polished as can be. Because the British, the Bantu people, they're in a British colony, right? The colonization. They're in a British colony. So this whole spirit of Ubuntu is all in there. Now, you give this AI a human body, like a physical body. That's a rep for Homo sapiens. The people who are called Homo sapiens, the people who are supposed to be serving the earthly beings. That's a rep for y'all. If this AI can have a flesh, that's it. But anyway, I'm not saying, just understand what I'm saying right now. Okay? So you know exactly where you're supposed to be putting allegiance to. Right?